the atmosphere at BTS's Baltimore concert reportedly became tense. For a moment when Jungkook appeared to address fans who were becoming overly loud and unruly during the show. Amid the powerful music, flashing lights, and deafening cheers inside the stadium, the situation seemed to catch Jungkook's attention as he noticed the behavior unfolding among the crowd. Rather than simply ignoring it, Jungkook appeared to react directly to the fans, giving the impression that he wanted everyone to calm down and enjoy the concert in a more respectful manner. His expression reportedly became more serious, creating a noticeable contrast with the playful energy he had shown moments earlier on stage. The reaction immediately drew attention from ARMY in the venue. Some fans appeared surprised to see Jungkook suddenly switch from his usual cheerful performance mode into a more serious attitude. For many, the moment felt like a reminder that even during an energetic BTS concert, there are boundaries that should be respected. Jungkook's apparent frustration also seemed to come from concern for the overall atmosphere inside the stadium. When certain fans become too disruptive, it can affect not only the performers but also people around them who are trying to enjoy the show. His reaction appeared to emphasize the importance of maintaining a safe and comfortable environment for everyone. As the moment unfolded, other fans reportedly responded by calming down and directing their attention back toward the stage. The atmosphere gradually returned to the excitement that had defined the concert, allowing Jungkook and the other BTS members to continue performing for the Baltimore crowd. Clips and discussions surrounding the incident quickly became a topic of conversation among fans online, with many debating Jungkook's reaction. While some interpreted his behavior as scolding, others viewed it simply as an artist, asking the audience to show consideration and respect during the performance. Ultimately, the moment added an unexpected emotional twist to BTS's Baltimore concert. Jungkook's apparent decision to speak up showed that behind the spectacular performances and constant interaction with fans, he also cared about maintaining a positive concert environment. For many ARMY, it became another memorable moment from a night filled with excitement, surprises, and unforgettable emotions. The Baltimore concert was filled with overwhelming energy from the very beginning. Thousands of ARMYs were singing along, waving their light sticks, and screaming every time Jungkook moved closer to the edge of the stage. He appeared completely comfortable in the atmosphere, smiling, dancing, and enjoying the incredible response from the crowd. Everything seemed to be going exactly as fans had hoped. But as the excitement grew louder, something in the crowd gradually began to stand out. Among the countless voices and cheers, certain sounds and movements appeared to attract Jungkook's attention. At first, he seemed to continue performing normally, as though trying not to let anything interrupt the moment. Yet little by little, his attention appeared to shift away from the performance. Then came a subtle change that fans immediately noticed. Jungkook had been smiling while looking toward the audience, but suddenly his movement slowed. He stopped for a moment and looked toward a particular section of the stadium. The playful expression on his face seemed to fade as he carefully watched what was happening below the stage. For several seconds, Jungkook did not immediately react. Instead, he appeared to observe the situation, almost as if he were trying to understand exactly what was happening. The enormous crowd continued making noise around him, but his attention remained fixed in one direction. That brief pause created an unexpected tension in a concert that had been filled with non-stop excitement. And then, just when fans were wondering what had caught his attention, Jungkook's expression became noticeably more serious. He appeared ready to address the situation, leaving the crowd waiting to see what he would do next. In that brief moment, the atmosphere seemed to shift, dramatically, from celebration and excitement to suspense, as everyone watched Jungkook closely. Only seconds earlier, Jungkook had been smiling, dancing, and feeding off the incredible energy coming from the Baltimore crowd. His playful expressions had fans cheering even louder, creating the kind of joyful atmosphere BTS concerts are known for. But suddenly his demeanor appeared to shift. The smile faded, his movements slowed, and his attention turned toward the section of fans that had caught his notice. The contrast was striking. One moment, Jungkook seemed completely immersed in the celebration, enjoying every second with ARMY. The next, he appeared noticeably more serious, as though something happening in the crowd required his immediate attention. He paused before appearing to gesture toward the audience, seemingly signaling that things needed to calm down. For a brief moment, the atmosphere inside the stadium seemed to change. Some fans appeared to become quieter, watching Jungkook carefully to understand what he was trying to communicate. Others looked toward the same area, seemingly trying to figure out what had caused the sudden change in his expression. Jungkook then appeared to address the situation more directly, maintaining a serious expression as he looked toward the audience. The reaction from the crowd was immediate. The deafening cheers seemed to soften in parts of the stadium, creating an unusual contrast with the explosive energy that had filled the venue only moments earlier. Although the moment lasted only briefly, it left a noticeable impression on the audience. Fans were suddenly focused not on the music or choreography, but on Jungkook and his reaction. Whether he was genuinely frustrated or simply trying to restore order, the unexpected shift transformed an ordinary concert moment into one that many fans would remember long after the Baltimore show ended. For a few seconds, nobody seemed to know exactly what Jungkook was thinking. The atmosphere had suddenly become more serious, but it was unclear whether he was simply reacting to something unexpected or genuinely upset by what he had seen in the crowd. Fans watched closely, waiting for his next move as the tension quietly built around the stadium. Jungkook appeared to maintain his attention toward the audience before eventually signaling for the situation to calm down. The gesture seemed simple, but because of the noticeable change in his expression, it immediately made the moment feel more intense. Some fans became quieter, while others appeared to look around, trying to understand what had caught his attention in the first place. For a brief moment, the energy inside the venue felt completely different. Instead of focusing entirely on the performance, sections of the audience appeared to be watching Jungkook's reaction. The uncertainty itself created tension, as fans tried to determine whether the moment was serious or simply a quick attempt to regain control of the crowd. Eventually, the concert atmosphere began returning to normal. Fans shifted their attention back toward the stage as Jungkook continued with the performance, and the excitement gradually returned. Whatever had happened in those few moments, it did not stop the show from moving forward. However, the unusual interaction did not simply disappear once the music continued. The moment quickly became something fans were discussing and revisiting online, with viewers examining Jungkook's expression and gestures to understand what had happened. Without knowing exactly what was going through his mind, the brief incident remained open to interpretation, and that uncertainty was precisely what made the moment so intriguing. As the concert continued, the tension that had briefly filled the stadium slowly disappeared. Jungkook returned his attention to the performance, and the crowd once again erupted with cheers and excitement. Yet for the fans who had witnessed the sudden change in his expression, those few seconds remained difficult to forget. What made the moment particularly intriguing was how quickly everything had changed. Jungkook had been smiling and enjoying the energy from ARMY, only to suddenly become noticeably more serious after something in the crowd caught his attention. The contrast left many people wondering what exactly had happened from his perspective. Even after the concert moved forward, there was no definitive answer to what Jungkook had been feeling at that exact moment. His gestures could have been an attempt to calm an overly excited section of the audience, or they could simply have been his way of reminding everyone to remain respectful during the performance. That uncertainty gave the moment an entirely different kind of impact. Rather than ending with a clear explanation, it left fans looking back at the interaction, paying attention to every expression and gesture. What lasted only a few seconds suddenly became one of those unexpected concert moments that people continued talking about after the lights went down. Was Jungkook genuinely angry? Or was he simply trying to remind everyone to respect the concert atmosphere? No matter what his intention was, the unexpected shift from a playful smile to a serious expression made the moment stand out and left fans wondering what had really been happening in the crowd that night.